I can actually record it as we do the lecture, so there's no issues.
No, I'm recording it. Yeah, join the Kahoot while we get set up. Oh, music.
Nice.
It's 16 people. Should be one more person. Okay. Yes, so we can just get started then. Um, yeah, oh yeah, welcome to the first demo. I realized I didn't put the slides up there. Welcome to the first demo. Yay. We'll start with the Kahoot as usual. So let's just get started. What is the main purpose of the modifier? Yeah, I guess classic all of the above answer. It can adjust appearances, change the behavior, and change the layout, do everything. I realized I misspelled composable. Sorry about that. Yeah, let's go to the next question. Oh yeah, scoreboard. And what does a lazy list do in Java class? Okay, so most of you got it right. I guess it's pretty obvious because it's also the longest answer. But yeah, so what a lazy list does is basically it loads like the items that are only visible on your screen, so everything else gets loaded when it comes onto the screen. And so the scoreboard. Next question. Yeah, so this is, I think it has a slightly longer time because it's a bit tricky. Oh, okay. I guess the terms were confused. If you call the function to refresh the UI implicitly, that's more of imperative programming. So what declarative does is it automatically refreshes the UI. And let's go to the next question. What happens when it changes the value of a state variable? Oh, 70. Wow. Okay, yeah, most of you got it right. So if you change the value of a state variable, the components that depend on the state variable gets recomposed and nothing else gets reused. And on to the next question. And the syntax one is kind of tricky. There's a very subtle difference in two answers. Let's see if you guys can figure it out. This one has a longer time because it's a bit tricky.
No, you can figure this out.
You should learn more time.
I see what you did there. Okay.
Feels like most of you are getting it. Getting something, hopefully the right answer.
It's-
One? Okay. Yeah, okay, that's great. Most of you got it. So the subtle difference I was talking about is the yellow one and the blue one almost look the same, except the blue one is a variable and yellow is a value. And a state variable, as the name says, it should be a variable. And I think that's all the questions. Let's see the podium. That's to everyone on the podium. Still don't know everyone by the net IDs, so apologize about that. But yeah, we can get started with the demo. Okay, so a bit of okay, I think, yeah, some announcements before the demo. P2 is due Sunday. The instructions are already on the course website. The instructions for all of the assignments are on the course website, actually, if you want to check them out early. Um, I would say to get started somewhat early because there's some stuff that you should look up before you do it. Like there's some stuff that you should learn. You should look up the syntax for you by yourself. But it should be fairly okay. There's office hours. It's on the course checkout. You could drop by and ask any questions and fill out the weekly feedback form as usual. And another reminder to make sure you enroll on Student Center. But I think we can get started on the demo. Okay, so how the demo works is because this is the first demo, basically we give you a bunch of instructions to make like a really small app or a screen in this case. And then I think we can give you guys about 20-25 minutes because we started a bit late. And then after that, we would just walk you through the demo. So this one actually has two slides. So what I could do is I'll post the slides on the ed discussion so you guys can have the slides pulled up. And there's some stuff that I like there's some syntax that I'll put up on the board so you can reference that. And also what the screen should look like. Okay, so let's go to the demo first a little bit. So oh, the top of your screen should have a text composable that displays a number of clicks. It doesn't have to say number of clicks, I just had it for clarity. And it should have a border and there should be padding inside and outside the border. So you see how here there's a border and there's a gap between the border and the text. And then there's still another gap between the border and where the background color ends. So that means there's padding on both sides. And there also should be a background color. I guess it's pretty obvious. And then below the text composable, you should have a list, so a lazy list. So, oh, I guess I can't scroll, but it should scroll all the way up to 100 buttons. And when you click on any of these buttons, the number of clicks should increment by one. So I guess I could actually display the actual app for you guys so you can see how it works. It's like, oh, yeah. So this is what the app is supposed to look like. It looks a bit blurry here, but basically, oh, it should be able to scroll all the way down. It goes all the way down to 100. Then when you click on a button, this should increment. If you click on any button, it should increment. But yeah, that's it for the demo. I'll post the slides and you guys can start working on this. And I'll also I'll pull up the syntax that you need for the demo up on the board. 1 second. The slide should be on at now, and yeah, you guys can just get started on the demo. And of course, raise your hand if you have any questions. So, oh, one sec. Mm, should be good now.
Yeah. You have access to the unit two slides. I have it. It says.
Oh. Oh, like the lecture. Yeah, one sec. I might have to update all the lectures.
What looked at your slides.
This one is posted on our discussion, but the other slides, like lecture slides, will be on the course website. Lecture two should also be good now.
Yeah. I'm opening up all memories.
Um,
Yeah. About this for a few minutes. We've not seen.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay, this syntax is something you will be needing. Just make this. And the button syntax is also, we talked about this last time, but this we haven't properly learned about it yet. I just put it up on on the screen as well. And that should be it, I believe.
No one is so far.
Yes.
Like some lo-fi. How they
Great.
work.
Code
So
save.
silent.
Awesome.
Piece code slash chill tune.
Save. It's good.
Oh, how'd it go?
Too well?
Yeah. Nice. That's I know. Wait, are you planning on doing like code along at the end?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Wait, wait, let me see like the animation on the video.
Oh,
Ooh, pretty nice art. Sorry. See you in 20 minutes.
hmm?
Or wait, were you saying start at 9, like start the code along at 9:15?
Yeah, so
Okay.
10 minutes. Wait,
Yeah.
15 minutes?
No, wait, 10 minutes. You'd have 10 minutes.
Should I have more?
Just like, quiet next time. No, I think that. Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you this until about 9:15 to work on it, and then I'll start um giving like doing a solution for the demo. I guess I'll keep working on it. It's okay if you don't do it completely because this is the first demo and we did start late. And it's also kind of hard to like think about all of these within like 20 minutes, so it's totally fine.
And find this but your lazy list is by default like global.
No, infinite is infinite.
Wait,
Can we do that?
I
I feel like I did that something.
I mean, yeah, but it would be like complicated, like not in the scope of this lecture, definitely.
Or this class, I guess.
No, we do an infinite scroll for A6. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
because like for infinite scroll, you want to have a data source where you keep pulling data from.
Oh,
Because you can't actually just say I have infinite items. Like
like
you
you can
just
do
you
it with
just
like
load in more items when you get to the end of the list, just like a trick.
yeah, we just using like the same word. So I should start the demo.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get started with the demo now. Give me 1 second to oh, sorry. I'm
Wait,
spoiling
no,
the
Lo-Fi just ended at like the perfect time.
oh
That was crazy.
I did not stop it. Should I no, I'll stop the music. Yes. Okay, so let's get started with the demo. So first we want a text and a lazy list in a column, right? So what we would do first is we would make a column. It's really hard to go like this.
You can like mirror your
Yeah,
laptop and the projector if you want to.
too much work. Let's do it this way. And what we would want in the column would first be a text composable. And what's in the text should be the number of clicks, right? So we should first make a variable that has that stores the number of clicks. But because the number of clicks changes and we want the change to be displayed on the screen, we should make it a straight variable, right? So let's say and then we could start it at 0. So now we can display the number of clicks. But if I type just num clicks, it's going to give me an error because this is an int and not a string, right? So I did display this syntax on the screen, but how you pass in like a variable into a string would be using this syntax right here. So now what's passed in is just like the variable num click and whatever is stored in it gets printed instead of like num clicks. So now we have the text. And then we want a lazy column. So lazy column, and then we want 100 items. So I talked about this in the previous lecture, but to do like many items, you would have the item syntax, and then if you say 100, you can have 100 of the same items, right? And you want to be able to access this number right here, like which index it is. So to do that, so when you say index, within this like this block of code, when we refer to index, what it means is which item it is. Like, is it the first button, is it the second button, or is it the third button? So then we want a button. So this is the button syntax, and when we click on the button, what I said we should do was to increment the number of clicks. So we could say clicks equals 1. And then inside the button, like the text that should be in the button, that goes in these curly braces. I don't think I mentioned it in any lecture, but I think it wasn't in the syntax that I put up there. So basically, what we should do is have another text composable and then say same syntax. And oh, sorry. This time we refer to the index. Okay, so let's run this and see what happens now. This might take a while. I think battery is online. Yeah. Okay, so it's close. We have a list of buttons. It's scrollable, and then we click on it. It's really small, but you can see that it increments right here. So now let's do the modifiers, right? So we want everything to be centered, but right now the column, it's just the width of the content. So we want the column to fill the maximum width of the screen, and then we want to center the text and the lazy column. So how we could do that would be add modifier fill max width, or fill max size works too. Um, and then in the text, we could say modifier line. Oh, and we would have the same modifier for the lazy column. I'll just copy and paste the code to make it faster because we are running out of time. Oh. Okay, so now both of these should be centered on the screen. Let's see what happens when we run it. Yeah, so now both of these are centered, but the text is in here and you can't see it because we didn't add like the padding or the background, the border or the background color. So let's do that now. So that would still be in the modifier of the text. So remember how we talked about chaining modifiers with like having all the modifier functions in a chain? So we could do that here. We could say like modifier dot align and dot background dot border and all of that. So first we want it to have a background color. And I'm doing background color first because in the screenshot that I showed you, the background color is within like all the paddings and the border. So I want to have the background color first. So let's say color and say light gray. That shows up. Yeah. And then we had padding, border, and then padding, right? So we do padding first. I'm gonna say 16. Then I should probably format this better, make it more readable. and then border. Border syntax, oh, we didn't learn it in class, but it's pretty simple. We just say the width of the border, um, let's say 2, and then color would be, say, black. Yes. And the last thing we want to do is add the last padding. You could also say the same. Let's see what this looks like now. Yeah, so this is basically what we want. I think in the screenshot I posted, I also had like number of clicks, so that would look slightly better. But this is pretty much the solution. And when you run it again, we have pretty much everything we want. And if we click on it, it increments. And it is scrollable until 100. Let's see if we can. It should be 99 actually because we start from 0. But oops. Yeah, there we go. So that's the solution, and that's it for the demo as well. Thank you all for coming, and please feel free to ask questions. This was pretty fast, and it's also the first demo. But if not, have a good night.
Stop. Yeah. Wait, you have a question now. Good.
Yeah, I'll have the. Actually, I'll share the slides and have it up so people can note it down for a while. At least until the people on Zoom.
You could also post the code.
Oh yeah. The code is also going
Should
to be
be
posted.
on our website,
Oh, I don't think
right?
it's posted. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
because it's today.
You want to get the rest of the app working, you can, but it will be posted on the course textbook. So you are free to leave. You're also free to stay. So no pressure.
Should I play music?
Why not?
Yeah.
No, it's like yours.
Mm,
Oh, I think that's
might be
because of a syntax
yeah.
error. Oh, that's
Oh,
probably
what?
why. That's like means that there's okay. Well, there's an Android error with Android Studio, but yeah. Um, but yeah, so there are also like a lot of syntax errors in your code. So one thing I recommend to like help avoid making syntax errors is like always use the tab key. Like rely on the tab key to use autofill because then that will just do all of the syntax for you, right? So like here, you're missing like a capital S, but if I try like yeah, we see this autofill comes up and I can select um mutable state of. And when I double click on that,
Oh,
oh,
maybe.
yeah, it's something with the import, I think. And it's also because of this like internal error.
How do we?
Yeah,
I think in the
so
first lecture we had everyone set up like auto, right?
yeah, we
Maybe,
did.
yeah.
Um,
Should I drop the
I
class and
think
make it
one thing I want to
change?
try. No, I wouldn't be that drastic. We can just try restarting Android Studio because sometimes there's bugs with the IDE. But yeah, I can also just show you how to like change the import setting. Hopefully this will like fix that like notice at the top.
Is everything like on the lecture videos that you have posted?
Yeah, everything is on there. Yeah.
Maybe I'll
If
go
you
through
scroll
that.
up,
Yeah, that would be a good idea, definitely. Wait. So yeah, it's just syncing right
oh,
now,
it's not
but
up here.
for now.
See, so this is the, oh, sorry. Yeah. This is the same solution, but in a composable, like separate function. So that has values. And then I just press the modifiers input, set content, and that would have the same result, except everything is solid. And it would have the same result, except it's like a separate function, so it makes it cool.
So
But
now if I do,
have
oh,
in the
well, it's still loading, so we have to wait for it to load. But yeah, I think my main piece of advice, like I see like here like size needs to be capitalized. Here like instead of saying count colon 100, you would need like count equals 100, right? And if you use the tab key to autofill, it will put in that syntax for you, you know? So I think once this loads, you should be able to do what I was saying before, and like that should help you. So
Cheers.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, and you can always come to office hours as well if like that doesn't end up working. But